Going on, guys? So Sunday morning, going to the gym, just doing a little workout, basically just to get loose. A little bit of triceps, a little bit of chest, and then some core work. I'm also extremely dehydrated like recently, so we'll see how this goes. Anyways, just gonna head to the gym, do that light workout, head to the course. Playing in the scratch game today. Basically, it's just a little money game. Just gonna see how I do with a little bit of pressure. It's really no pressure, but it's something. More than likely gonna end up being an A player unless we have a bunch of super plus handicaps coming in. I'm sitting like I've updated my handicap the last couple rounds I played. I think I'm sitting at like a plus 0.2 still or something like that. Nothing crazy right now. But yeah, we'll see how this goes.
Say it, baby. And us in Texas, you wanna try, baby. I know you can, I know your heart, and you will figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta leave. You love me now, 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 I gotta leave. Figure out you love me now, 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 you know I gotta
recording this the next day. Kind of wanted to talk about the round a little bit. So I had a lot of good shots, but a lot of bad results. Started out with one. Hit a really good hybrid to the very end of the fairway. Had, I think, like 145 left. Downhill. Felt like wind was behind. It was really like off the left. Hit it to like 25 feet or so below the hole, and then left the putt left. Didn't quite read the break right off the slope. Didn't think it was going to take as much.
145.
Made the par. 2, pipe to drive. Left myself 145.
Knockdown.
Pretty much felt like straight into. Hit 8-iron, pin high, maybe 15 feet, green that. And then 3, 174. I'm thinking, you know, it's going to be a soft little 8-iron. Hit 8-iron over the back green, like 200 yards. Should have chipped it off the collar where I was, especially going back into the wind. But I decided to putt it, and I didn't quite get the putt down the slope. Left myself like 12 feet for par or something like that, and then limped out. Going to 4, absolutely nailed drive. Playing for it to draw a little bit. Flew it over all the trees and through the front of 5 fairway. Left myself 90 yards. Tried playing it like 70, 75. Caught a flyer, hit that over the back of the green. With a lob wedge, that was fun. And then chipped up and holed my putt. My putt actually bounced out of the cup from my 4, so I made a 5. Going to 5, straight back into. I'm trying to hit this little low cut, double cross myself, hit a low draw.
Alright,
basically.
situation.
Hit the tree, kicks down to the garbage.
Bull, not in the best spot after hitting the trees on my tee shot.
My group
Played down the left, trying to hit a cut.
My ball was in fact out of bounds, and it was not.
165.
So pitched that out, had 66 left in, and tried hitting this little knockdown 56 degree. Went long. Kind of the case just about all day. I was hitting the ball way further than I thought I would.
Trying to get it through.
And then chipped it up to 3 feet, made that for 5. Hole 6, top of my backswing, someone decided to blast music. I ended up catching it super toey, but ended up in the fairway. And then I tried hitting this hooking hybrid around the corner, and my ball ended up not turning enough and it flew into the rocks, so just took a drop in front of the rocks. Not necessarily legal, but especially in the game we're doing, not going back to go drop from 270 yards further back than I was. But basically just made double there. And then we go to 7.
That's in the rocks.
Wind's like 25, 30 off the right, coming straight off the water. I start 9-iron. Had some right pin, so tucked near the water.
Like 25 off the right.
Hit 9-iron, started it over the water pretty much, trying to hit this little draw. And it ended up left of the green. And I ended up chipping up to like 1.5 feet, making par. It was a really good par. Then on 8, pipe tee shot, I had 61, I think was my number.
Shot?
No, 60. I flew at 61 because my pitch mark was about a yard behind the hole. And that went off to the back of the green, and then 2-putted par. 9, I hit a really good tee shot down the center. Had 125 left in, back into a little bit, so I'm trying to hit this little wedge. Didn't quite hit it hard enough. I pitched it on the slope about 2 or 3 yards short of the flag and spun it back. And then where did my putt go? Oh, I left my putt center cup like 6 feet short from like 20 feet. It's awful. Just couldn't get the speeds right on the front nine. 3-putted that. I was pushing my putter a lot yesterday. Going to 10, I hit the exact tee shot I wanted, but where the back tee box is, it's way further more elevated. As it peaked, I caught a big gust, and that ball flew about 35 yards right out of bounds. When it started to fall left, it was great. Hit a provisional, hit just pretty much the exact opposite shot. Went down to the left, just pretty much just terrible. Then the lie I had hit this hook 9-iron from 150 straight into to try and get it close to the green. Hit the shot I wanted to, wind just held it off, ended up in the trees on the right. Hit what I thought was a perfect chip coming down, got stuck in the rough just short of the collar, and then just trickled on down to the collar, ended up making double. 11, I hit this, again, a shot I thought was going to be perfect. Started it left edge of the bunker on the right, tried drawing it in. Again, as it peaked, wind kind of took it the other direction, ended up flying it in the back end of the bunker. And then I hit a flush 8-iron out of there. I got it over the lip, but caught the top of the ridge right behind the bunker, and then it drops into the creek in front of me. So at this point, I'm having to wait for the green to clear. I'm like 208, 210 back into again, going for this green. I pull 5-iron, and when I pull 5-iron, I'm trying to hit this little low burner, basically, just trying to get it to chase back up there. I ended up flying it dead pin high in the bunker, then hit a fantastic bunker shot. Ended up making double though. Missed the putt. I think I pushed that one again, or I left it on the edge, one of the two. Going to 12. 12, I got away with the tee shot. It was 166, but I'm having to play this thing like 185, 190, so I'm trying to hit this little knockdown 7-iron basically, and just thin the hell out of one. Doesn't turn at all. Leave it on the right. Putt ended up being way faster than I thought it was, and it broke a ton. Missed it low, and then actually I missed it high and ended up running it 8 feet by. I thought it was more flat coming off the side slope, but it was, once it peaked where it's dropping, it was very, very much so downhill. So I made another stupid bogey. 13 came, and this is when I kind of realized that I was just struggling to commit to anything at all, struggling to focus the entire round. Had hybrid in my hand, which is the right play for 13 from the back tee box, especially where the wind was at. I just flare it right. Just couldn't commit to hitting the shot I needed to hit down the fairway, and flared it right onto this hill. Have this nasty side slope lie, like 223 out or something like that. Try hitting this hooking 4-iron, and I did, but I started it like 2 or 3 yards further right than I meant to, and ended up catching a tree and dropping down. Then I go to hit this wedge shot. I think it was like 40 yards, or 50 yards, sorry, and as I hit it, I catch a tree branch that was embedded in the ground, pretty much like right underneath my golf ball, and ended up coming up short and 2-putting bogey in there. 14 was just a nightmare. Having to wait for green to clear, trying to reach, and then I immediately snap hook one. Then I go up and hit another one, and I started about 3 or 4 yards left of where I need to. That's also out of bounds. So I just kind of like packed it up and drove down to the green, trying to find one of those golf balls. Didn't find any of them, so I just kind of rode in the cart for the last like 2 minutes of the hole or whatever, and then go to 15. Go to 15, it's 228. I hit 5-iron to 15 feet, 20 feet. 2-putt my par. Go to 16, it's 308, I think, 310 from my box. Hit hybrid just short of the green. Ended up having several distractions when I get up to my my little pitch shot there. Ended up stabbing it, going over the green into a bowl. Ball's below my feet. Not the best leave. Hit it really good. Thought it was going to bounce up and roll on, but it just kind of stayed right on the collar. And then I burned the edge again on my par putt. It's whatever. So I'm a million over at this point. Go to 17. My favorite hole in the golf course, Dogleg Right, par 5. I absolutely torch a driver. I took a little bit more conservative of a route than I thought than I could have made, if that makes sense. Like, I could have gone more aggressive, more down the right, but I just wanted to make sure I cleared the bunker. At least, usually from the gold, it's like 270 or 275 to carry the corner from, so it's significantly further up. Tips are all the way in the back, and I think I carried that ball like 315, 320 on the line I took. And I had 158 left in on, I think it's like a 548 yard hole. And then I hit wedge from 158, pin high just left, and then my putt was trickling just a little bit to the right, hit something about halfway in and bounced left me like a 6-inch putt for birdie. So tap that in. My entire group ended up playing 17 at 5 under for the foursome. Is great. And then we get to 18. I'm trying to get aggressive because I feel like we're a little downwind, but as I get to the box, and wind ended up switching, and it was a little bit more into off the right, and I still went with the aggressive route, and I ended up flaring my drive to the right, but it was soft enough where I hit where my ball just kind of stayed where I was. I ended up short-siding the hell out of myself. Had basically 3 yards over the edge of a bunker to get to the flag, and 2 out of the 3 of that is, if I hit there, it's probably going back in the bunker, leaving myself a really, really bad shot. But got it over, flew it a little bit past the pin, and left myself like a 15-footer or so for birdie. Sorry. Hit it about 4 or 5 feet past, and then buried that for my par to finish my round. We ended up winning the first 6, the last 6, and then I ended up getting a skin. So I mean, I ended up winning a little bit of money, but like that round just felt so bad. My contact, I was hitting everything great. I just couldn't commit to a shot, and then I was just misjudging the wind a lot. Yeah, it was just, and then my putting just wasn't there. Like overall, like it was, I don't know. I don't know how to describe it, because like I struck the ball great, but I scored absolutely atrociously. I don't know. I know that I need to do some putting this week and work on commitment to some shots, which it's hard to do on the driving range. It's something you got to do on the golf course, but I will figure it out somehow. So, anyways.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Great cars, guys.
Great.
Enjoyed it.
Couldn't have gone in. Turning the game around.